Okay, so today we're going to evaluate the Commonwealth Constitution as a means of protecting rights. So we're going to evaluate how effective it is in terms of protecting via structural protection, via express rights, and via implied rights as well. So overall, the Commonwealth Constitution protects the rights of Australians to a large extent. It does this largely via structural protection, with only a few express rights and implied rights. This approach generally has been largely effective, as evidenced by Australia's record as a free and democratic society. In terms of structural protection, this is really the main emphasis of the Commonwealth Constitution. It's very effective at protecting rights via mechanisms such as representative government, responsible government, and the separation of powers. However, as structural protection is an indirect protection of rights, it's unclear exactly which rights are protected by the Constitution. This was seen in the Roach case, where the High Court found only a limited implied right to vote, rather than a full implied right to vote. In terms of express rights, the Constitution includes 5 express rights, which can only be removed or amended by referendum. So they're very well protected within the Constitution. They're strongly protected because they cannot be changed by Parliament without the people's consent via a referendum. However, as there's only 5 express rights, this provides limited protection. Some people would argue that more entrenched rights in the Constitution or a Bill of Rights would provide greater protection by clearly spelling out all the rights that Australian citizens had. In terms of implied rights, the High Court has established one implied right in the Constitution, that being the right to freedom of political communication. However, as there's only one implied right, that provides limited protection, and the High Court has been generally reluctant to imply further rights within the Constitution. Well, both expressed and implied rights are fully enforceable by the courts, so that means that any legislation that infringes against an entrenched or implied right can be ruled unconstitutional and become invalid. However, the High Court needs to wait for a case to be brought before them by someone with standing. That's an expensive and time-consuming process, which may mean that an injustice is not corrected, or at least for a long time it's not corrected because someone isn't able to bring a case to the High Court. In conclusion, while there are only a small number of express and implied rights protected in the Constitution, the strong structural protections provide effective protection of the rights of Australians, ensuring that our Constitution is an effective means of protecting rights. And that's it.